Hello, lovelies. Welcome back. Okay, here we are, episode 2 of our Nova Shawl. I have Nova Shawls in progress spread out before me. You can see the bright one in the back has grown, and I think I did. So here we go. So if I put the small one on top, the small one I have finished through the end of row 9. So on this tall one, I've done rows 10, 11, 12, and 13. So here we go. So check it out. So 10, 11, 12, and 13. It's nice you can count the treble crochets in the middle to determine what row you are on. According to our pattern, we are now supposed to repeat rows 10, 11, 12, and 13 as many times as we like to get our shawl as large as we would like. Sarah, who wrote the pattern, she suggests repeating those rows a total of 7 times. So let's get on with our instructions for the first repeat. And first of all, thank you all for watching along and crocheting along with me as we make this shawl. And second of all, if you do have questions and if you do need some kind of help, please feel free to contact me or contact us at Lovelyarns. You can leave a question in the comments below. And I'm doing my chain 4. So what do I have? 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's 4 to be my first treble crochet in row 10. If you do have questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below, or you can email us at Lovelyarns, Lovelyarns @gmail.com. So we've done our turning chain of 4 chains, and then you saw I yarned over twice to do my first treble crochet. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm gonna yarn over, pull through 2 again. This should all feel relatively familiar. This row is going to be similar to row 7, it looks like. Row 7? Row 6. It's going to be similar to row 6. I'm sorry. I should learn to read my chart. Here is our handy chart. So on our chart, this is row 6 that had all the chains across. Now here on row 10, we start off on this side, did our chain 4, our first treble crochet, and then we have our chain 10. We do a single crochet to attach, and then we do a chain 5 and then attach with a single, chain 5, attach with a single, chain 5, attach with a single. Then we do this 10, and then we have 5, 5, and then 5 again, and then 10. So this, I believe this is a little bit different than row 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's close. It's very close. So as you go on to make this bigger, you'll be repeating the fans as you go on. It'll just be more of this fan in the middle until you get to the one here on the end. So you would be repeating this instruction, like this whole business, so many times to create more fans as it gets exponentially larger. That instruction will be clearer to you as you continue on creating your shawl. So let's see here. So we've got our 2 beginning treble crochets, and of course we're going to chain 10. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here's 10. Okay, and so then we are going to connect this to the row below using a single crochet into the 1, 2, 3, into the 3rd chain 2 space. So 1, 2, 3. So we'll count. And here it is. We've got 1, 2, and then this is 3. And we're just going to do a single crochet into this space. So that means I put my hook into the big giant hole here, grab some yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So let's do that again slowly so you can see it. Put my hook back through. So we want to go into the third chain space. So we've got 1, 2, 3. To wrap the yarn around here again. And we're going to put our hook right into this third chain space, just like that. Grab yarn for our single crochet, yarn over, twirl, and pull through both of the loops that were on our hook. Now we're ready to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you notice, see, I've got tension here on my working yarn, and I also have tension here on my fabric that I'm building to make the chaining go a little bit easier. It helps keep it even, at least for me. So then now we're going to skip a space and go into the second one with another single crochet. We pulled up our yarn, yarn over, twirl, and pull through both of the loops on our hook. And we're going to chain 5 again. So we chain 5 1, 2, 3 times. So this is chain 5 number 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then again we're going to skip a chain 2 space. And if you lose track, look, you can count them. So this was 1, this was 2, so on 2. We skip a chain 2 space. So we're going to skip 1 and then go into 1. Insert our hook, pull up some yarn, do a yarn over, twirl, pull through both loops. Okay, now we're going to chain 5 again. Our last chain 5, 2, 3, oops, pull off some more yarn. Here's 4 and 5, and yes, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got it. And then on this last one, we are going to skip a space. So we skip this space and we're going to go into this one. And here we go, put our hook into the space, pull up yarn to make a loop, yarn over, twirl, and pull through both loops. Now we're going to chain 10. So here we go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Let me pull this off of here. And now we're going to go into, now this is funky. Okay, so if we're looking at our chart, we have a chain 2 space, and then we have a V of chains, and then we have a chain 2 space between 2 trebles, and then we have the second chain 2 space between 2 trebles. So if we're looking at that here, so we are skipping the chain 2 space here, the 3 chain below, this 3 chain, this chain 2, and we're actually going in here. So we're skipping 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and we're going to insert our hook over here into the 4th space. See, we're skipping 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Go into the 4th one, we're going to pull up our loop, yarn over, twirl, and complete our single crochet. And now we're back to doing our 3 sets of 5. So here is 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we're going to skip the first one, go into the following one. Put in our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, twirl, complete our single crochet. So this is the great thing about crochet patterns, is that it is so easy to see where you're supposed to go, because the chart is literally a drawing of where your stitches are going. Look, you can see here's this long chain, here it is here. And this is the end of our row. But even if we look over here, it is symmetrical. You can see where all the stuff is supposed to go. And you can see on your piece as you're making it where these stitches are supposed to be going. And don't forget, if you mess up and you insert your hook into the wrong space, to fix that is just as easy pulling out your hook, pulling on the working yarn, and then ripping back to where you know that you have things correct. So say rip back to your following single crochet. If you have to get up in the middle of the row, you can take your marker and you can just clip into your working hook, into your working loop, and it saves you. So you don't have to worry about if you were taking your project from one place to another, or if it was shoved in a bag, that all of a sudden all of your stitches are gonna come apart. Okay, so it's after this chain 10 here, because see this, if you're looking on where you would begin and end your repeats, it all just sort of like, it's very repetitious, and it all just sort of like, so we begin with our chain 10 and then it's 3 sets of 5. So then we have chain 10, 3 sets of 5, and then that ends with the chain 10. So where you're gonna repeat is gonna be this area here in the middle. I know it's not super definitive, but you could see, okay, so say you're going to do this again, you're ending on row 13. Row 13 has this 3 chain space. You can go back here. Yeah, okay, all those components are still there. It should, even while you're adding more shells or more fans to your pattern, it will become clear to you where you will repeat and insert your hook, because these fans where your stitches are going to go, those aren't really going to change. You just end up with more of them. So let me get my bigger piece and show you here on this bigger piece of where we would be doing our row 10 to repeat. So I have my working yarn over here on the same side. So even so, here on this piece, we're going to be creating more. So this is going to have more. I'm still going to have, where did I put the hook? Ah, here it is. We are still going to do our chain 4 to turn. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm going to yarn over twice for our treble crochet. Do our first treble crochet. So saw the yarn over twice, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. At this point, you should definitely be a pro at doing your treble crochet, because, you know, looking at this, there are so many of them. Okay, so then now we're going to do chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's 9 and 10. And then we still are going to skip the first 2 chain spaces and go into the third one. So look, that part, same. Same. So we just did this first portion. So we're still going to have our 3 sections of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then skip a space, go into the next. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's 5. Then we're going to skip this space, go into the next. Yes, I know, we just did this row. We're doing it again. All right. So then here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so how many of these 5s? 1, 2. This is our third 5. And our third 5, we skip 1, go into 1. Do our single crochet. Pull out more yarn. And after our third 5, we are to chain 10, and we are skipping 1, 2, 3, 4 chain spaces, right? Okay, so let's do our chain 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then now we're going to skip. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that we're skipping. We go in here at number 5. Now we're connected. And then we have our 3 things of chain 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's one more. And then we're going to skip one, go into the next. We have our single crochet. And then we chain 5 again for chain 5 number 2. 3, 4. That is 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. 5. Sometimes counting is hard. I'm going to skip one, go into 1. Connect with our single crochet. So that's 1, 2. This is our third chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so then we're going to skip one, go into 1. All right, so then now we are presented here. So on our original row 10, we had this chain 10 connector here between fans 1 and 2. We had that once, but now we're up here. So we started out here and we did a connector, and then we have one here, and then we'll have one here. So we'll have extra. So because we are not connecting this chain 10 to the middle, because our middle is now over here, you can see we're just gonna do that again. So we have our chain 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, on our original row 10, our third chain 10 would connect to the middle. But since we are not at the middle, essentially we're doing this part all over again. And this is the part that repeats from here to about here. And as you are crocheting along and making your shawl larger and larger, it becomes second nature to repeat those sections to keep on going. So again, we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, go into the following one, and then continue on our merry way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So then were we to continue on, we would do our 3 chain spaces, our 3 5 chains that would connect along here. And then we would have our 10 chain that connects then to the middle. And then we'd follow and do the same thing, the same instruction on the following side. So, and you'll finish rows 10, 11, 12, and 13 and do them over and over again until your shawl is the size that you want it to be. And then next week, when we come back, we are going to go over how to do this very cool picot edge. And in the meantime, happy stitching. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have questions or something is unclear, please ask us in the comments below, or you can send us an email, lovelyarns@gmail.com. And thank you for watching and making the Nova Shawl pattern with us. Happy stitching!